If you use @state with a struct, SwiftUI will automatically update your whole view when a value changes. But if you use @state with a class like we have here, you must mark that class as being observable if you want SwiftUI to watch its contents for changes. To understand what's going on, let's look at this code here slightly more closely. Okay? This is a class called user with two simple string variables, but it starts with @observable. This tells SwiftUI to look at the properties inside the view and reload any view that relies on a property when it changes. I know that might sound magic, but it's not. It's actually just a whole lot of very carefully hidden work happening. Now I want to dig into what's actually happening here so you can see for yourself. To do that, I want to add another import to the top up here. Import observation. Now, I won't change the way a code compiles. You don't need this line here. When you do that, we can now inspect observable in detail to see what's happening here. Because @observable is what's called a macro. It's Swift's way of quietly rewriting our code to add some extra functionality. And now I've added the import observation here. Xcode can do something really neat. If you right-click an observable, you can choose expand macro to see exactly what rewriting is happening. Xcode will show you all the hidden code that's being produced by @observable. Now, I'm not going to walk through every single thing here, but I want to look at a few things. First up, these properties var first name and var last name are both marked @observation tracked. Swift and SwiftUI are watching these things for changes. Observation tracked is actually a macro itself. It's a macro inside a macro. If you right click on that, you can expand that macro as well. This has the job of doing the actual tracking for us. It knows individually I have accessed first name, I've modified first name, for example. It's taking care of SwiftUI knowing exactly which views are depending on which pieces of data. So only when that exact piece of data is changed, the views that read that property will be updated. Other views that depend on the user generally, but don't care about that particular property, won't be updated. We also have down here our class being made to conform to a protocol called observable. This is important because some parts of SwiftUI look for that protocol to mean this class can be watched for changes. Now, all these things it's doing are really, really important. Every part of it adds up to something bigger and bigger and bigger. But really, it's the observation tracked work that's doing most of the stuff here. It's doing almost all the heavy lifting. iOS keeps track of every SwiftUI view that reads properties from an observed object like this one here. So, when a property changes, it can intelligently update all the views that depend on that property. Not the entire object, just the one that actually changed. This is extremely efficient. Now, when we had structs involved, the state property wrapper would keep alive the object and also watch it for changes and reinvoke the view when it changed. However, now we have a class. The @state wrapper here is really just there to keep the object alive in the first place. Attach this to the view. All the watching and reinvoking of the SwiftUI view is handled by observable, not by state.